Hi, Classkick teachers. So at the beginning of the year, students, when they're learning how to use Classkick, there are a couple things that they may need some clarification about. So one of those things is how to insert pictures. So when you're having students insert pictures, you might want to model it with them. And what you are going to want to make sure that they know how to do is you're going to want to make sure that they realize that they can snip just a portion of their assignment for a picture. That way, you don't have to look at all the extra information that might be for different questions. So, another thing when they're inserting pictures that you will want to make sure they know how to do is how to get the pictures to be rotated and minimized. So, for example, you probably don't want their picture to be the entire portion of the page, and you want it to be in the right orientation because once they've inserted a picture, you cannot change the orientation of it. So you'll want to make sure that they know which direction and how to kind of manipulate that picture. Another thing that students need to understand when they're first using Classkick is that everything is saved in real time and that there's not a turn in button. Now, some teachers will have students raise their hand on each page as they have something complete so that it's kind of like turning in an assignment, but students just need to know whatever policy that you want them to do and that their work is saved automatically. Another thing that students will sometimes have difficulty with is when they're using manipulatives. A lot of times students will have been writing or drawing and then they'll go to try to move a manipulative and they won't be able to get it to move. And that is because you need to make sure that for students to be able to move objects, they must be on this pointer icon. So if you have students that are saying that they can't move objects, or especially if you see a lot of these little dots, students tend to do that when they've been writing with a pen, and that's kind of the biggest evidence that they're not sure how to access. The last mistake that is kind of a frequent mistake for new users is again the same idea. So on text boxes, anything that appears like this on their side is a place for them to write in. Now, students to be able to access this, they will need to again be on the pointer, or otherwise you'll see that they'll start doing these dots. You also want to make sure that students know that they're not supposed to add their own text boxes there. That will not give you the power of being able to export their answers into a spreadsheet. So you want to make sure that they know that they need to click into the text box and to be able to type within it, and that they shouldn't be writing their answers like this or inserting their own text box. So those are kind of the most frequent new user mistakes that kids make. I hope this video is helpful and we're going to have a great year.